It's 12 noon. We're live on City Line. Hi, I'm Jackie Hall, and today we have our final part of our Health and Fitness Month.
Hi, I'm B.T. Bentley, and this week our focus is on taking better care of your hair.
Today on City Line, we'll talk about a program of how to beautify your hair without chemical abuse.
And we'll discuss vitamins for optimal health. Can vitamins harm us, or can they help us?
We'll talk to one pharmacist who feels that many common ailments can be prevented by taking daily supplements.
Demonstrating black strength through numbers. I'm T. Montier, and I'll tell you about that.
Hi, I'm Harold Anthony. Along with updates on events happening all around town, I'll be featuring a video where Bobby Womack and Wilton Felder have joined forces in a tremendously successful song called I'll Still Be Looking Up to You.
Join us as we talk to cosmetologist Winona Fountain about hair maintenance.
And we'll discuss vitamins for optimal health with pharmacist Calvin Levitt. All of this and more next, live on City Line.
Good afternoon and welcome to City Line on this lovely Sunday afternoon.
It is, and as we said, this is part 4 of Health and Fitness. How do you feel after 3
I'm feeling
weeks?
much better. I'm
I
feeling
do
much
too.
better.
It has helped me to focus on my health and what I'm doing in terms of living a better life.
And I'm ready to get out there and drop a few more pounds just to be ready for the warm weather a little bit more.
Good.
Today we're talking about hair maintenance, and with us is Miss Winona Fountain. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
I'd like to first of all ask you, what's the difference between coming to a hair maintenance specialist and going to a hairdresser?
Well, the difference in hair maintenance is having your hair maintained on its own time cycle, so you're able to manage it yourself.
What do you mean by time cycle?
Time cycle, we all have a time cycle when we're talking about the hair itself, fall, grow, and replace. And when your hair is maintained on this type cycle, on an individual basis, then you're able to manage it yourself.
Okay. Well, I guess I have never gone to have anyone do anything to my hair besides cut it.
Right.
Is this something that men should be getting into as well?
Definitely. Hair maintenance is for everybody. It's dealing with the hair on a healthy frame of mind. First, you have to remember that hair is inner and outer. The inner hair is really getting down to what you should be feeding it, vitamins, exercise, proper diet. It's very important for the growth of hair and getting it healthy.
That's interesting because that's basically what we've been talking about all month. It has
Yes.
to do with what you put in, because
That's
what you
right.
put in basically determines what comes out.
Excellent.
Now, let me ask you now, most people go to beauty salons. Let's say just most women go to beauty salons. What have we been doing then that, in terms of taking care of our hair, that is not what a hair maintenance salon would do?
Well, the difference is when you're going to the beauty salon, you are just receiving the cosmetic service. And from this cosmetic service, we have been suffering from a lot of abuse, cosmetic abuse. That's probably one of our leading major problems within our industry, and that is cosmetic abuse, chemical abuse.
Now, but you can use chemicals, but not to an extreme, is that right?
In the hands of the proper person, in the proper professional.
Well, can't we assume that most cosmetologists are, knowledgeable enough about it to select the right thing for individual hair?
No, we can't consume anything because of the fact that the problem is there. So evidently, it is a problem that has to be addressed. This is what Salon Michel Hair Maintenance has done, addressed the need of cosmetic abuse.
Okay, we now will, let's say that we're at your salon or another hair maintenance salon. What is it that you will do with a new person to your salon to get them on the proper regimen?
All right, the first thing we're going to do for you is get your mind ready, because you have to have a good self-image of yourself. That means looking in that mirror and accepting what you see, no matter what texture of hair we're talking about.
So if my hair is curly, be proud of that curly hair?
That's exactly right.
If
your
it's
hair,
straight?
be proud of that. There's only a few textures, or we're talking about forms then. There's only a few forms that we're going to have. Either it's going to be a straight form, either it's going to be a curly form, or either it's going to be an over curly form. And each one of these forms of hair can be very beautiful and very healthily maintained when it's done on a time cycle and on an individual basis.
Is there some kind of test you perform to determine this time cycle, texture, grade of hair, whatever?
No, the philosophy is dealing with the whole self-being. Again, getting back to first your mind. Now, getting that mind to accept and seeing what you see in that mirror as beauty, and saying to yourself, now, how am I going to take care of this beauty? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to feed it good nutrition. We talk about fresh food, no canned, no frozen. Getting back to that old diet that our grandmothers were into, and sticking to it. The next thing you're going to do, yes, exercise. Exercise is very, very important. Getting a routine that is best for you. If you go to the spa, enjoy it. Spend that 2 hours at that spa and really enjoy it. If you have no time, there is no such thing as no time for self. That's the first thing we say.
We're going to take a look at some of the things that you do in just a minute, but we're going to take a break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
We're talking to Winona Fountain, who is a cosmetologist, and she's concerned about hair maintenance as opposed to necessarily just beautifying the hair. We've been joined by a model, Janet, and Janet is one of your customers?
Janet
clients?
is one of our clients.
Okay,
yes.
Now, when Janet came to you, what was her problem?
Well, when Janet first arrived to me, which was a few years ago, Janet had cosmetically abused her hair with chemicals. And through proper diet, and of course the maintenance philosophy, and that is treating the hair itself and not buying products. That's the difference. We return this hair back to a healthy state. Now, her texture of hair is a fine, medium, soft, wiry texture of hair. Now, I say the word wiry because right now all four of us have wiry hair. This is the definition the closest definition that I could find to curly hair or the over curly hair. And the reason why this definition is there, because this texture of hair that we all have in common right now, it has a hard natural gloss when it's healthy. It also has moisture, which is nothing but body.
Okay,
so
now,
we have abundance of body.
what did you do with Janet's hair?
Well, Janet's hair has been properly maintained, and she decides, or she wishes to wear a smooth style. And she's able to do this because of the versatility of her hair.
But just looking at it, I mean, her hair looks lovely.
Right.
But how can we tell that this is healthier hair than we might see in someone else who might actually be chemically abusing their hair, but is still styled nicely?
Oh, because she has body to her hair, her natural body, as you see. You don't see any breakage in the hair itself, none whatsoever. And Janet did this. I don't style hair. This is Janet's own creation.
Okay, now the tips are lighter. Did you do that, or is
now
that natural?
that is cosmetic end. When you're getting into the cosmetic end in dealing with chemicals, they have to be done by a professional. So yes, then you're talking about the both, using the maintenance philosophy, so Janet's able to do what? Style her hair.
Okay.
And this is what you want to do.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Janet.
Janet.
Thank you.
So much. Now, BT had asked you earlier about whether or not men, yes, should get
Yes.
involved, and here's our prime example.
Right. Well, again, with showing with men and hair maintenance, we're just talking about having the hair cut properly. And when your hair is cut properly into your curl pattern, again, just cutting it the way your pattern is grown, this has no problems. So he doesn't have to worry about when the hair grows out. Is it
Is
right,
that the most
lopsided
common
on this
problem?
side?
Is that the most common problem? I mean, you know, you're just saying that barbers don't
no.
necessarily know how to cut your hair.
I'm not saying that at all, and I don't want to condemn the industry because I think they've come a very long way. But I'm saying that with knowing how to cut the hair properly, we're talking about the curly texture of hair now. We're talking about a head of hair that really no one has ever really gone in and said, what can this texture of hair do, other than tell us negative things.
Let me ask you something. Now, I can imagine there are some folk out there who are saying, now, what makes her so smart? Where did she get this information? We've been doing this for generations. Where does Winona get this information?
You're right. We have been doing it for generations. All of a sudden, in come the chemicals. And in comes Madam Walker with her straightening comb, basically. And all of a sudden, we decide that if the hair isn't straight, it's not going to do anything. So how did I get this way? Because of my own hair, having the same problem, being chemically abused, and finding out and getting tired of someone saying to me that this hair can't be healthy, and this hair cannot be cosmetically styled, whatever I so desire to do with it when it's in a healthy state.
But we recognize this young lady.
Yes.
This is our own Jill Carter, who is an intern on City Line.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, there again, these styles were all done by the clients themselves, and we give them the ability to do this. We give them the ability because if the hair has shape, no matter what texture it is, if it has shape, then you can do whatever you so desire with it. If your hair has, if it's body, all the things that it needs in the hair properly and properly maintained, and all of the cosmetics used properly.
What kind
Again,
of problems, do you consider the serious type of problem? I mean, when a client comes to you, what jumps out at you first, when you look at their hair?
Me? All right. Well, the first thing I see, basically, we're suffering from cosmetic abuse, chemical abuse. We have been introduced to all of the chemicals, whether it be name brands, Jerry Curl, or down to the straighteners. We have got to learn that you cannot change your texture of hair. You can learn to control it,
Okay.
and by controlling it, you see what happens.
So that's the key to it, is not
No change.
looking at what you have.
That's right,
and-
working with what you have.
Okay,
Now,
okay.
this is a prime example of showing hair. I don't care whether you wish to wear your natural hair or if you wear smooth style.
Is this Mimi's natural hair?
This is Gigi's natural hair.
Gigi's, okay.
Right. Now, Gigi wears her natural hair. And again, when it's cut properly, has shape to it, and healthy.
And it does look healthy.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. You can see the sheen and see the shine to it, which we all have. Every last one of us have this natural gloss because of the texture of the hair.
Is there something in particular that most women, or men for that matter, do to their hair that hurts it more often than anything else? Besides chemicals, I mean, is there something right or wrong with hot combs? Or
Oh, definitely. First of all, I say the first thing we should do is just get yourself a good comb and a good brush, good oils, and comb it and brush it.
Now, years ago, they used to say, what, 100
100
brushes a
strokes.
night? Is that too much?
No, there's nothing wrong
So
with
you
that.
adhere to that?
You doggone right.
Okay, now, I'm concerned now about my intake.
Okay.
Okay, because if what I put in then will determine what comes out.
That's exactly right.
What kinds of vitamins, what kinds of minerals, what kinds of foods ought I to be looking at?
All right. Well, at Salon Michel, I am not a vitamin specialist. We recommend a vitamin, definitely. Then, of course, if we find that if a client is having a hair problem, because hair problems stem all from both. Sometimes it's cosmetic abuse, and sometimes it does come from that nutrition.
So we should be getting what in terms of our intake?
You should
Green
be getting
vegetables?
That's right, fresh. Getting back to your fresh vegetables and sticking with that.
What else? Fruits?
Oh, definitely. You're going to stick to an all-fresh diet. Your fruits, your natural vegetables, your...
what do you avoid? What do you avoid?
Myself, I try to avoid the red meats, but that's not always the case.
Culprit.
But my diet definitely is fresh and
Natural.
Natural.
Now, let me ask you something else. Hair is what? Hair is made up of what?
Protein. Hair is made up of you.
Okay.
Hair is a part of you. The only thing that hair doesn't have, and this is why we can abuse it so much, is the nerve. We have no nervous. Now, if that nerve was in the outer hair, then you couldn't take the abuse that we do. That means as far as straightening it and abusing it until you have to see the results by falling out, and that's the sad part about it.
Winona Fountain, we thank you for coming by
Oh,
today.
thank you.
And
Thank you.
Gigi, not Mimi, but Gigi Moore is here as well. And we thank all of our models. We will be back in just a moment. We'll take a break and return in just a few minutes.